Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, building our region's future leaders from high school up, plus a new initiative to generate enthusiasm around careers in energy. But first, celebrating a winning year for our region. Pittsburgh Regional Alliance recently tallied up the economic development wins across our region in 2012. The PRA is the marketing arm of the Allegheny Conference, which co-produces this program. In 2012, the Pittsburgh region generated 269 business expansions and attractions, a number that was consistent with our performance over the past 5 years. The employers that are locating and expanding here are investing real money to create jobs, more than $3 billion in capital in 2012. And according to Site Selection magazine, the region's performance was good enough to rank it 6th in the United States for the total number of significant business investment deals last year. Strong performance given that we rank about 24th in market size. PRA highlighted 2 of these businesses during its recent event, and we're pleased to have representatives from both companies with us today. Juergen Fritsch is Chief Scientist from MModal in Pittsburgh. Bill McNamara is President and CEO of United Lenders Services Corporation. Welcome. Good to have you both here.
Good to be here.
A little bit first to explain, what it is you do, and then we'll talk about why you're expanding and investing here in the region. Let's start with MModal. What is it you guys do?
Sure. So we're in healthcare IT, and we produce clinical documentation for physicians. Not just that, but we also help them understand the contents of that documentation, and we use advanced speech and natural language processing technologies to achieve that.
Okay, and is this part of the whole dictation thing that doctors do? They give
absolutely.
Instructions and stuff, and how do you ever translate that into a document somebody can act on?
Absolutely, exactly. So if you go to your doctor, there's a 1 in 3 chance that the document that he will produce or she will produce afterwards is going to run through us, and it's through dictation, through speech recognition tools and other means that they produce these things, and we actually help them create a text based on their dictation.
Pretty cool. 1 in 3 chance that a doctor somewhere in the country is going to be doing that. That's pretty remarkable. And the company has been around for how long now?
12 years now.
Okay.
It grew out of Carnegie Mellon University. Actually, 2 friends of mine asked me to join them to start this company out of Carnegie Mellon. At the time, we were involved in eavesdropping phone calls for the government, and found that the technology was actually perfect for physicians. Just the same style of dictation that we were looking to deal with.
Maybe a pretty big market too. Yeah, I suspect with so many physicians out there. All right, well, let's go to the now we're go to the financial services side here. We're making a real leap here today. What's your company about?
United Lenders Services is a national settlement service and appraisal company. We offer settlement services and title insurance nationwide.
Yeah, and this is an industry that was kind of born here, but as I understand, your company kind of relocated here, right?
Yeah, well, we were a direct operation from a national underwriter.
Okay.
They opened up an office in Pittsburgh to expand, to compete with other national underwriters.
Because of the presence that was here in the region, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So we expanded on that and helped build the company over the last 5 years or so.
So you live in sort of the back end, behind the scenes, when somebody applies for a mortgage or a refi or something like that?
Yes, we provide all the settlement services, title clearance, curative work, and appraisal and settlement for those loans, and write the title insurance and protect the homeowners.
Got to be another pretty data-intensive business, I would think.
Very data-intensive and very compliance-oriented as well. So a lot of rules, regulations, underwriting guidelines that we have to follow, and on the appraisal side as well, making sure that we get the appraisals back and they're accurate for the lending institutions that we provide services for.
Well, you've got how many people now?
We have about 150 people today.
Okay, what part of town?
We're in the Robinson area.
Out in Robinson, okay, great. Well, let's talk about what it was, the expansion, I guess, that sort of put you on the PRA's wins list.
Mm-hmm.
What's been going on in MModal recently?
So, I mean, when we started the company, it was a very small group of people, 10, 12 people starting it out. And we grew slowly over the years, really organically, without taking major venture capital on. But then we realized that in order to really sustain and keep sustaining growth in the business, we needed to expand more rapidly. And we merged the company with a much bigger company, which was providing transcription services, a company called MedQuist. And so together we formed a new MModal now with over 12,000 employees in 5 countries. So that gave us a major boost and also put us on the map on some other products and services that we didn't do before.
And in Squirrel Hill in the city, you've now jumped across the street too, right, in terms of just your facility?
Yeah, that's an interesting story. We had to expand, and given our quick and fast growth, we weren't able to really find a new location quickly enough, so we actually leased the former Barnes & Noble building across the street in Squirrel Hill. For those of you who remember that building, I still go in there and look for books. It's a nice space. It's a really nice space, and it helps us bridge that gap, essentially.
A good short-term solution. How about you?
We sold the company in 2011 to USAA Real Estate Company, which fueled our expansion. We started the company in 2008 with, when we acquired it, with 12 employees, grew it to about 85 employees, and when we sold the company, that fueled our expansion. And we now service all of the USAA states that we're licensed in, and we're building the company out. Probably will grow additionally another 200 to 300 jobs over the next couple of years.
Wow, that's really exceptional. Great to hear. So, you know, obviously there was a CMU connection that got this company started in the first place. I'll ask each of you, Pittsburgh is a place to be doing the businesses you're in. Still make a lot of sense for MModal?
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of accidentally happened for us to be in Pittsburgh, but now we realize how valuable it is to be here, both for the talent that we're getting from places like Carnegie Mellon or University of Pittsburgh, but also the region is just becoming a healthcare hub. I mean, we have major healthcare systems here, we have a big insurer company here, so it makes sense for us to be here. And on top of that, I have to say, you know, not being from this country, it's been a pleasure to get to meet people in Pittsburgh and really experience how they embrace new people coming to the city.
Well, that's great to hear. How about from your standpoint?
We have, our industry was born here in Pittsburgh, and there's a lot of competitors that we compete with on a daily basis. There's a talent pool that is, there's a wealth of people here that we can draw from, and so there's no real shortage of folks that have industry experience. So the growth in Pittsburgh makes sense for us to continue to do that, and we're actively hiring folks on a regular basis today.
That's what we like to hear. That's what wins are all about. Bill McNamara from United Lender Services, Juergen Fritsch from MModal. Congratulations and continued success.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
having us.
Nice to
be here.
And next up, energizing kids to consider careers in energy. Stay with us.